Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic. 2 more days.
Only 2? I'm surprised at this point that you're not counting the minutes.
Nah, it's too complicated. Nobody needs that.
Hours?
No, don't need that either. But I'm excited because
Apparently.
I really like traveling with you, and we are getting away for the weekend. It's kind of a personal business trip, but
Who cares?
it's still
2
going to be
days
fun.
from now, we will be half of the way there.
Well, but it's why I said we'll be more than half of the way there by this point in time.
Oh, because it's almost... Yeah, okay.
It's why I wanted to plan like a date night for the first night that we're there. Because, it's been forever since we've had a date night with just the two of us where we could go out, eat dinner, have conversation, take our time.
Might
not be
even
in a hurry.
have been 5 ever.
Not have other people rushing us and saying, can we go home now? Can we do this? Can we go to Target? Can we go here?
Yeah.
And I feel like when I travel with you, I never have to worry about creating like an agenda ahead of time, like an itinerary. I don't ever have to worry about that because we're both I want you to be happy and you want me to be happy. And so we're both very flexible about what we do when we're on vacation.
Right.
Like, look at our Denver trip.
Mm-hmm. I remember it well.
We really only had 2 things that were planned on our Denver trip. Okay. One was we were going to have lunch with Ellen.
Right.
And the other was we were going to explore neighborhoods, see about living there.
And as soon as we arrived, a third thing popped onto the mandatory agenda of eating at that place that served pierogies.
Yes. And then we found the aquarium and we went there.
And you wanted to go to the Broncos thing.
And you booked the tour of the Coors Field.
Which was a lot of fun.
So my point is, it's a lot more fun to go someplace and not have like this giant itinerary of things you feel like you must do. And then if you miss something, you feel like a giant failure. Instead, because we're both on the same wavelength, we can just go someplace and just enjoy the time there together.
Right, and we have no concrete plans at all, except dinner on Friday night.
And I can literally see us driving around looking at houses and being like, oh, look at that cool place over there. When we're done over here, let's go check that out. And we'll do it.
Well, and we don't know how many like show homes will actually be open and things we can actually like stop and do.
Well, right, but it's like last time when we went, well, not the last time, but the time before that when we went with Mitchell. And we took him to the nuclear museum,
Right.
And we just do different things than most people do. And it's just fun that way. And I've noticed, like, when we travel with Mitchell, he's a lot like we are when it comes to things like that.
Yeah.
He's Mr. Okay, whatever. Well, you want to do that today? Let's go. Like, remember the last time we met with Rachel and she mentioned the container park. And so we went to the container park. And he was all for that.
Yeah, the only thing he didn't like was the half-naked nuns.
Yeah, that made him a bit uncomfortable. But I could see why. I mean, he's 16. That was a lot. But we're off to Vegas this weekend, and we're gonna be there Friday night, Saturday night, come back Sunday, and we don't need to pack it full of stuff. I mean, really, if you think about it, it's a quick trip because if things go as planned, we're gonna go there Friday, get there like Friday at like 4:00 in the afternoon, then have dinner, do whatever, then Saturday do our thing, then Sunday morning we're coming back. So
Right.
it's like a 1-day vacation, really, is really all it is. But that's okay because
It's a lot of driving for you, which sucks, but
we haven't even talked about what to do Saturday night. And we'll definitely do something.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. What we could do Saturday night.
Good. But I think it's going to be a good time. Because as some of you may know, or if you've been listening for a while, you know we've been having this conversation, but we're planning to move there in 2 years.
I think I've officially told everybody.
Yeah, we're planning to move there in 2 years. And it's a big step for us because we examined, multiple places, and we concluded that that's where we need to go. For me, I don't know how you feel about this, but for me, the closer we get to actually moving, the more I feel like it was the right choice for us.
We realize it's about to be 2021. I mean, we're getting really close to it being 2021, which makes it only a year away.
Exactly, but it's just so exciting, like to start a new chapter in life, and moving with you is going to be easy because once again, when we go there, we're not going to be like, I don't want to try that place and I don't want to try that place. We're just going to try all the places, just go everywhere.
Yeah, and then when they suck, we'll never go back to them again.
Just find what you like, right? And then go there again or don't go there again if you don't like it.
You know what's interesting? Okay, when I was all by myself when I moved here, when I was just like hanging out and you were at work, one day I scrolled through Yelp and all the places that looked really good to eat, I like added them to a list, and we've gone to most of them. But there's only one that's left that we haven't, so we're gonna have to fix that. But where I envision doing the same thing when we move to Vegas, just making a big old list of places we've been to or want to go to, and then when we like them, moving them to another list of places we like.
Yeah, why not? I mean, life's too short. You can't just sit at home all the time. That's boring.
As we've learned in 2020.
And we can't be out all the time either. That's also boring. And tiring and expensive. So, I like our attitude about vacations, though. I like that we go and we just play it by ear. And I think that's really the best way because if you think about it, moods fluctuate.
Right.
And you don't know. Maybe, had we planned this, we obviously have to eat dinner, right? Friday night, we got to eat dinner. So we might as well plan dinner as a date kind of a thing. But then after that may be the end of it, and we may go back to the Airbnb and relax, or we may go do something else. It's all going to depend on how we feel at the time.
Right.
That's what makes us always have a good time together, is that we do things based off of our mood at the time.
The place we're having dinner's not on the strip or anything, so I don't know what we would have to drive and park and all that good stuff to do something there. Could be interesting though.
You never know.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get it all figured out. And we have 2 nights there. So it isn't like we have to hurry to do anything. And I mean, it just seems like it could be a good time. And I'm kind of excited. I've been excited for a while.
Every day he tells me, did you know it's X number of days? Did you know I'm excited to go to Vegas this weekend?
Well, but I'm more excited to go to Vegas because I get to have alone time with you. That's
I get
really
it.
The most
but
excited
I'm just
about.
trying to point out how excited you are.
But I mean, to kind of transition into something, we have, by the time this episode is aired, it will be about a month later. But Ash is going back to Australia Tuesday after we get back from Las Vegas.
Yep.
And, I'm going to be sad to not have her here. It's been nice having my oldest daughter around all the time. But at the same time, I feel like, we were leaving a place we didn't like.
Yep.
To come to a new place.
That we do like.
And we've kind of enjoyed having our new place and all that. And we've shown pride in our surroundings and all that. But we've never actually had this place as our place.
Right. So it's going to be different after she leaves.
So that'll be kind of a nice...
She will have been here for almost exactly 6 months.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks difference.
She came on the 3rd of April.
No, it was the 20-something of March.
Okay, so a week difference.
Yeah. So actually, she's already been here 6 months.
Yeah, but it's still almost exactly 6 months.
And it'll be nice because we're kind of the type of people that sometimes we like to just veg.
Yes.
And it's really hard to do that when there's another person.
Well, because
around.
She's not used to us. She doesn't necessarily want to veg at the same times we want to veg. Sometimes she wants to veg and we don't want to. Yeah.
So yeah, it's It's fun. It's exciting. It's a different direction. And
we'll take lots of silly pictures.
it's kind of the beginning of a new chapter for us with her leaving when we come back. What will be interesting, though, if you think about it, is she's going to leave. We're going to take her to the airport. And then the next morning, I pick Mitchell up, and he's here all the way through the weekend. So it won't really be, we won't really notice it until that Monday.
Right.
A week later.
We actually really won't notice it until the following weekend.
Yeah, when
because
he's gone for the whole weekend.
Him here on Wednesday and Thursday, it's really... And him not here on Monday and Tuesday, we're so busy that you don't really notice. And then the Wednesday and Thursday, he's busy and we're busy, so you don't really notice. But then Friday night, we're going to be like, huh? What is this?
Yeah, it's just going to be us just hanging
Where
out.
are we? What planet are we on?
Yeah, and that's going to be cool. I think things will settle down quite a bit around here when we get to that point. And that's why it's kind of a bitter, if the term bittersweet could ever apply, this is the time. Because it's a bitter pill to swallow because, the last time she had been here was September. And so it was 6 months since I had seen her.
Well, she was here from September until November.
And one of my vlogs was about going to the airport and picking her up.
Right.
No idea at the time that she was going to be here for 6 months. So
right.
I was excited to see my daughter, and all of that. But the difference now is she's going back and she had her marriage visa approved. She don't have to leave the country again.
Right.
And it could be a very long time before I see her again. And that's bitter. But it's sweet.
You're not going to see her again until travel is freely allowed between the U.S. and Australia.
The sweet part is that we get to kind of experience our new place as our new place.
Yep.
And that's going to be a good even down to, like we're talking about a minute ago about how when we go on vacation, we enjoy it together because we're kind of on the same page.
Right.
I feel like it's the same thing. Like I remember, like it was yesterday, I remember you coming here from Canada and I had finished unpacking everything and things were in the kitchen where I had put them and all that. And then you came and you completely rearranged things. But being the respectful person that you were, you said, hey, I put this over here and I put this over here. And you had a reason for everything and it works. Well, that's what I'm looking forward to, is having our kitchen the way we want our kitchen. And, cabinets with our stuff in it the way we want it, where we want it, etc. And you and I both get bothered when something's put away in the wrong place or not put away at all.
Right.
And not bothered enough that we need to say something to the other person, but
bothered enough that we're bothered.
It's like, Arr. And so we've had a few of those conversations together about, oh my God, I can't believe that the blah, blah, blah was left out.
Like there's no room on my potato shelf for my potatoes because it's filled with tea. And then my potatoes lived on the counter and then they went bad.
Yeah. Things are going to be different.
Yeah.
So I'm not stupid. I've learned that I can survive without seeing her as often. And she's really good about FaceTiming me and that kind of thing. So I'm not super worried about that. I just hope everything goes the way she wants it to go and that it's a smooth transition. That quarantine's going to be weird for her because she's used to having us in her hair all the time. And all of a sudden she's going to be 100% by herself.
Right. With nobody to harass her at all.
No pets, no nothing. Just her.
Right.
That's going to be an interesting change for her.
Right.
I think it's also going to be good for Mitchell because he's finally going to have his room.
Exactly. He's going to be pretty excited about that.
So I think that ultimately the future is looking good. It's looking bright. We got a lot of fun things on the horizon that are coming up. And, your birthday's coming up in December.
No, it's not.
We'll take a trip. We'll take a trip for that.
I was never born.
In January, and so is his. We'll take a trip. I think we should do what we did last year. We should plan a trip somewhere. And it doesn't have to be to Vegas. Who knows? Maybe we plan a trip to San Francisco or something. And, go for the weekend, the three of us, just have a good time. But that's the other thing that's really cool is here you are, this, in quotes, outside person that comes into the situation And the person we're living with, my son, loves you, gets along with you so well, and you get along with him so well, and you both seem to understand each other, and you make jokes with one another, and you tease
We
one
were
another.
making fun of you and Ash earlier together.
What were we doing that you were making fun of us?
You were being all crazy watching whatever murder show you were watching. You were both so into it, and I walked past his room and I was like, Mitchell, when has it ever been the case that you and I were the normal ones? And he like giggled away.
That was a disgusting story, but a true
I
story.
bet.
Made me want to...
Yeah.
But I think everybody involved is going to be a good thing. I'm really happy that she's happy. Her mood changed so much when she got that exemption.
Oh, I know.
Like, it was night and day difference. And so, good for her. I think it's what she wanted. It's what she gets. So,
Yep.
Hope it all works out for the best.
Exactly.
So, that's all I got for you today.
So then on that super positive note, good night, everyone.
Still a bye-bye. Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.